Greetings. This is fun time. We just feel like telling you a little very funny story regarding a Muslim cleric, like what we call Alpha in Yoruba, and his interaction with one of his students that was under him studying Islam, so to speak. So this story is going to be divided into two parts. So one encounter with the students and the other one with a cat. So we're going to tell the story about this Muslim cleric and one of his students first before we move on to the episode with the cat. So it's not going to be long. It's a very short story, but as we say, it's a fun time. So it just to make you laugh. Now, if you still remember the story growing up as a child, if not, yeah, this is the introduction to the story. So once upon a time, there was this Muslim cleric that he always have people coming and study under him. So, but he's fond of eating. Is very fond of eating what we call dundu in Yoruba, which is a fried yam. It's a fried yam. So it's almost like he was kind of addicted to eating dundu, the fried yam. So all the time he always sent this young man that was under him studying. He always sent him around to go and buy him dundu. The name of this young man is Ali. So every time he sends Ali to go and buy dundu, Ali was quite fond of eating dundu as well. So one day the Alpha sent Ali to go and buy some dundu. So by the time Ali came back with dundu now, the Alpha was actually praying. He was saluting heaven, which we call Kirun in Yoruba. So when he came back now, Ali didn't say anything to the Alpha, but Alpha knew that Ali was already back with his food. So when Alpha was doing his prayer, every time Alpha says, Ali, I'm dudundun lai, Ali was thinking that Alpha actually told him to take one of the dundu. So every time he heard the word Ali, I'm dundun lai, then Ali would take the biggest of the dundu and eat it. But because Alpha was praying, he couldn't really come off the prayer, because I remember when you pray like that, you have to really focus. So, but he saw Ali eating his dundu, but he couldn't come off. He couldn't really interrupt his prayer rituals. But every time he said, Ali, I'm dundu lai, Ali kept on taking dundu. So when Alpha realized that every time he says that, Ali will go into the stuff and take one of the dundu and eat it. Then it was really disturbing to Alpha, but at the same time, he does not want to really interfere with his prayer. But again, there's a threat to his dundu, his favorite. So when he was doing all these things now, he said again, Ali ham dundu lai. And Ali went and got the dundu again. Then Alpha just have to interrupt his prayer and said to Ali, like, kolonial, which means in Yoruba, you are God's reject. So Alpha actually condemned Ali and called him a kolon, which means God reject, which means he said, because you hate my dundu, God has rejected you. Imagine if you don't make it to where the Muslim was meant to go when they die, just because you hate the dundu of your teacher. So you couldn't make it to the paradise of the Muslim people, just because of dundu. And you imagine that the Alpha actually interrupted his prayer rituals to heaven, just because of dundu as well. So he broke his prayer rituals because of just fried yam. And Ali probably didn't make it to heaven because of fried yam, because Alpha cursed him out that he has become a God's reject because he had dundu. Give thanks There's some other part to this this little story by the same Alpha, but this time around not with Ali, but with a cat. Stay tuned.